Hi all, Jamie here. I'm excited to present to you today DebugMod version 0.3, the UI overhaul that SpaceMonkey has been diligently working on for the last few months. As always, all work on DebugMod can be attributed to SpaceMonkey. I do very little work, and I basically only write update notes and provide some pointers on what to implement next. As If you are using manual installs, we strongly recommend you switch to Gale, R2Modman, or another Thunderstore compatible installer, as this allows you to keep your mods up to date and also download new mods effortlessly without needing to find files and manually place them into folders. You can find DebugMod by searching for DebugMod in any of these installers and press install directly in the installer. Of course, this shows 0.2.4, but it will be version 0.3 by the time you see this video. So without further ado, let me show you the new UI. This is DebugMod's new UI. We've rewritten it with a strong emphasis on visibility, new user discoverability, and also making features easier to set keybinds for exactly where you would usually use the mouse. As a reminder, here is what the old DebugMod UI looks like. You see the keybinds panel juts quite far in, the top menu is just kind of floating in the middle there, and the info panel is basically covering half the screen. It is not very good. So, here we have made the info panel completely transparent to no longer cover half the screen, and the console is now also transparent, so that if you do end up on the left-hand side of the screen here, you will not be unable to see Hornet, as you can see. Nice and visible. On the right, you'll see we have combined the keybinds panel and the top menu into one panel that we are calling the main panel. This panel has three tabs. Gameplay, where you can activate most cheats that existed in the game before. This will be things that you would normally activate from the top panel. Items. A lot of these features already existed in DebugMod, but were hidden in the keybinds panel. Now they are all activatable with the mouse without needing to set keybinds at all, and without needing to tab through 15 pages to find what you're looking for. And if you don't like this new panel, there is the old keybinds, the old style keybinds, which is just a big scrollable list of all the keybinds in DebugMod. Looking at one of the other panels, to use a feature, we can just press a button, and off we go, and press again to deactivate. And next to each button, you'll see this little circle. Clicking this will reveal a dialog where you can rebind the key to whatever you want, and of course, that still works as before. Down here we have the enemies panel. This works more or less the same as before, but has been slightly restyled and is now scrollable, so that you can see enemies even when you have cloned 1 million enemies, or you enter a scene with just 20 million enemies, because Team Cherry like making huge rooms in this game. The biggest change is probably to the save states panel, which has been completely overhauled into a fully fledged panel which you can now use with the mouse. To demonstrate this, I will save at the top here, and you'll see that the quick slot name updates to the name of the room, and loading this takes us back to that save state. However, if I then press plus, I will then open up the whole page, where I can scroll through all my save states, and load them into my quick slot with the read button, or optionally overwrite it with my quick slot, which it will ask for confirmation so that you don't accidentally overwrite slots. In addition, you can also rename save states directly in-game. Just click the little rename button and type in what you want. You need to press enter, not click away. And it will instantly rename and save it to file. Of course, you can also rebind quick slot load and quick slot save up here, and you can still use all the same old keybinds. They still live here in the keybinds section, and pressing them, even if the UI is not visible, will bring up the save state UI, where you can either use a number key to select the save state, or you can press one of the highlighted buttons to do the same thing. I can't show this to you immediately, but Ultrawide is now fully supported. All resolutions that the game supports, and even a little bit wider and a little bit taller, now get updated correctly with the new DebugMod UI. You may have to maximize and minimize if you're using windowed mode, as Unity has a little bit of jank when resizing windows, but if you are an ultrawide user and your resolution is set to that ultrawide resolution, it should work completely flawlessly. In addition, coming back out of the game now, there's also been a change to save states. Previously, save states all went into the save states current patch folder, but in preparation for Sea of Sorrow, which will likely break save states and not be backwards compatible, we have made save states major version specific. Now, if you have any save states in save states current patch, they will automatically be moved to save states 1.0 for the game version 1.0. And you don't have to do anything, but keep in mind when you're importing save state packs, if the save state pack puts the 0 to 9 folders in save states current patch, you will need to move the folders inside into save states 1.0. That's all the changes I have for you today. We are looking forward to new features we can add. In particular, we are looking at the items panel to add more granular control over what items you can get within DebugMod. But we are very excited to give this to you and to see how users like new DebugMod. As always, if you have any questions, you can message in Silk Tech Support, and me, will be happy to answer any questions, and if you have any issues, again, message in Silk Tech Support in the Discord, preferably pinging me at ManicJamie, if you have any issues that need to be fixed. Thank you very much.